I think so.
Can't see my face.
So we need to mute
Because
this,
it's super chat.
correct?
Yep. Hey guys,
Heyo.
how is everybody tonight?
Oh, there we go.
Now we can actually see ourselves. We got the computer right in front of us in the screen.
Maybe we should,
With lag.
yeah, that's trippy. Ontario, international.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hi guys. It's muggy here. No AC.
Super muggy.
We didn't have AC in our other house for like 15 years.
How's this sound? Is the sound okay?
Hey Ashley. That's alright, we just got started. Do we need to put that down a little bit, do you think? I'm gonna shut our We're shutting all the doors.
Yeah, it's been really hot here today, and we've had a couple thunderstorms pop up, and they just missed us. So we're kind of trying to get this thing set up. I was really behind. Last time we did one of these, I was on it. This time I haven't been. We kind of we're running behind doing this. So good to hear the sound's good. Hey, our cabin in the woods.
Are you guys having tornadoes out there? Alright, that's fine. Some flooding.
That's scary.
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, Missouri's been getting hit pretty hard with flooding, and
Yeah.
the eastern part of the state as well is getting ready.
Reminds me a lot of like around Legacy, around like the flood of '93. We used to go out there when my grandma lived down there in Richmond. So we would go out there, and all that flooding was really crazy. Do you know that?
Yeah, I mean, for folks that aren't from around here, '93 was a record flood year for us.
Oh, that's good. No damage. That's scary.
Idaho had a tornado with that. Is that very common in Idaho to have?
Yeah. Okay. We had to get in our cellar. What day was that? Sunday?
No. Maybe it was Sunday. No.
I can't
It was
remember.
Monday. Monday night. No, Tuesday night.
3 a year. Yikes. Where'd you go? Oh,
Turn on the AC. I'm sweating.
yeah. Yeah, that's
I haven't
scary.
showed back up in the picture down here.
There you go. So we thought we'd do a big family theme tonight. Last time we kind of just did a whatever you want to talk about kind of thing.
And we could still do that
Yeah.
too if you guys don't want to talk about
Hi,
big
Pamela.
family.
But we thought we'd talk some big family stuff. If you guys have any questions for us, we talk about that.
Hey, White House.
3 weeks with no rain. Oh my gosh. Well,
Really? So
you could
that's-
come get some of ours because we have a ton of it.
Yeah, we've had a lot
New
of rain.
Zealand. I didn't know you were in New Zealand, Richard. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
a
that is
long
cool.
ways away. So
That's
we
all-
really are.
What time is it?
international.
What
Yeah.
time is it in New Zealand, Richard?
Thank you, our cabin.
Yeah.
He just cut it.
Oh, you just messed it up. I just did it for the
Oh.
live stream too.
Sorry.
Yep, I just cut it.
Got a
So
lot of gel in there.
yeah, I have to. My hair, if it's not, it's really long. I'm kind of trying to grow it out, and so my hair just goes everywhere, especially in this humidity.
1:05 p.m. Sunday. Wow,
Wow.
that's crazy.
So you're a day, yeah, you're about half a day ahead of us, really.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. So I've This is the second haircut I've ever given myself, so I've saved myself a grand total of $40 because I used to give about $20 every time I got my
How much
haircut.
did the thing cost?
$18. So now it's officially paid for itself. So
The
You-
tomorrow people.
you got to do what you got to do what you can.
I guess so. I need to learn to cut hair. I've tried to do it a couple times. Didn't really work out. I didn't understand guards
You didn't understand. Oh yeah.
when I need to do hair.
Yeah, that's actually a really funny story.
Why
So
don't we tell it?
what?
Why don't we just tell it?
Go ahead, tell it.
No, you tell it.
So her brother had come over. He was in the military, and he was just gonna give me. It was summertime, so he was just gonna give me a buzz cut. So he came over, and Jesse had to come in and go, "Let me try. I want to try. I want to try. I want to give him a haircut."
I wasn't that eager to do it.
Well, you're pretty eager, and then so she didn't know. She didn't understand that there was guards or levels of that. So she just grabbed the clippers and went bzz, about halfway up.
And I was like, oh no!
So at that point, I was basically almost bald. So
It was really short.
it was really short.
But it looked good. I did the same thing on Ethan too when he was like 4 years old. I thought he needed a haircut, and so I buzzed him, and it was really, really short. I had to have his brother come over and finish it because I was too scared.
Hi, the Right Farms. Yeah, house haircuts are the best. Yep, they're cheaper. That's for sure.
I can trim up on the back.
And if they don't work out, you just go buzz cut. That's the way I always have done it. So, or have been doing it. So,
That's right. I wouldn't want to try to mess up all of this.
no, I don't think I would.
I can trim it,
Cut
but
your
that's
hair.
I want to grow it long. Keep growing it.
Yeah, it will grow back. My hair grows really fast, so I didn't realize my hair would be a topic of conversation.
I don't know what happens on these crazy live nights.
Yeah. So big family stuff. Anybody have any questions? Big family.
We talk about homeschooling or budgeting or entertainment. Yeah, put all the questions in caps. That's cool. Then we can see.
That's a good idea.
Who cares? 7 kids. That's neat.
I'm the oldest of 8, so yeah.
I'm the oldest of 3.
Pete's Little Homestead. Do you think that being the oldest of that many kids makes you better at managing things and things like that? You know, like tasks and juggling more than juggling multiple things at the same time.
Oldest of 3 too. Baby
Wow.
of 5.
Maybe a 5.
I was always the shy one, the quiet one, and I was always the really good one. So my sister was always the adventurous, kind of get in trouble one, and then my brother would kind of split between us.
Where are we both from? That's a
We're
good
from the
question.
Kansas City area, both of us. I mean, should we say?
Yeah, I grew up in a little town, just would be about 25, 26 miles south of Kansas City.
How far apart do you think we grew up away from each other?
Oh,
How far? 20 miles?
maybe, yeah, 15 miles probably. So both of the towns we grew up in would be considered the Kansas City metro area. So she grew up, where did you grow up? Or,
Where did?
yeah, I mean, approximately. She grew up in a town in Green Valley, right off of I-70,
say.
and I was in Pleasant Hill. So
Yeah.
that's where I.
And Green Valley was small when I went there. I think I graduated with 85 people, and now it's like 500 a class. It's crazy. And that's just been in, I don't know, 19 years.
Yeah.
It's been that long since I graduated.
Yeah, let's just say you've been out of high school a little bit.
Shut it. And he was homeschooled, and I was not.
I think we talked about this the last time we did a live.
Did we?
That I was, yeah. We were homeschooled. So. I've been working on the pig pen today. So, got, maybe we'll see if we have a video coming out about that soon. Pigs are coming in a couple weeks. So, the closer that gets, the more nervous I get.
I'm excited.
You're excited?
For pigs.
What kind of pigs? We are getting Berkshire Red Wattle Cross.
Go Eagles. That's true.
Who's my favorite brother? Well, it has to be Simeon Bricker. I mean, the one that's on this. It's got to be the one that's on the live stream. Unless Ben's on here somewhere, but I don't see it.
How are the meat birds? Meat birds are doing. I haven't actually been out there lately, but yeah, they're doing good.
Meat birds are doing good.
We've separated them.
Yeah,
Bigger ones and smaller ones.
We're kind of gonna do phases with our meat birds as far as butchering. So we're gonna do one big day and then a follow-up day. So we'll probably give the smaller ones an extra. Probably give them a smaller one. Or probably give them an extra week. Sorry.
Yeah. Me and my Rose, we do homeschool. We have Ethan is our oldest, and he just finished up 6th grade. Yeah.
7th.
No, sixth grade.
7th.
I don't know. He's 13. That's the good thing about homeschool. It's just doesn't matter. And then Judah's doing kindergarten-ish this year. There was another question. How's the pot trellis doing? Well, one of them's doing really good. The other one, our cats got into and basically killed everything that I started. So I'll probably have to replant that one, but the other one's doing really good. The nasturtium's growing pretty well. Oh, Tammy, not feeling good. Hi, Danny. Well, that's what we heard about pigs. They're escape artists. I'm kind of nervous about that.
So
I don't want to be too sensitive.
the biggest thing we've got going on is we have the area we put them in is surrounded by barbed wire fence. So unless they get out, which I've heard they like to get out when they're smaller. I've heard once they're bigger, they don't try to escape as much. So that I'm hoping that we can keep them contained long enough that then the barbed wire would keep them contained, because they would be, I mean, it's about 10 acres, but they'd be in a 10-acre paddock. It'd be a little hard to find. And then one of the things we're going to try to do to keep them from escaping is follow a routine. I've just found with animals, people, anything, when there's a routine, and obviously routines get broken sometimes, but when there is a routine, it's easier to corral animals. Like with our chickens, like we have the same routine. We use the same routine with them every time we move them, and we just take the fences down, and then we feed a second feed for the day with our chickens on the days we move them. And I'd say about 60 to 75% of them get it every time, and they come right back to the feed. And there's a few, our Wyandottes are the only ones we got to really chase around.
Those things are fast.
And they're quick.
I don't know why.
So,
advice for newbie homeschoolers: don't make yourself think that you have to stick to one thing. Like with curriculum and stuff, we're always trying different things. Don't be afraid to throw one thing out and start another if that one thing isn't working for you, because that's what homeschooling is about, is learning on your child's pace and learning based on how they learn the best. And so if one thing's not working, then just don't do it. I mean, do something else. Like we have our language arts this year. I did not like, and I thought I really would. I was kind of bummed out that it didn't work out, but they did not like it at all. So it was really hard to get them interested in it and keep their interest. And so we just stopped doing that. We went to something else. So don't be afraid to do that. I wouldn't go and buy like a whole curriculum, because a lot of times there's no like it's not going to be tailored for your child. You can pick out different things, what's best for them, like math from one
subject
place.
wise,
Yeah,
is what
math
she's
from
saying.
one place, language arts from another, history, whatever. We are very eclectic, and so we go with a lot of different things, a lot of reading. That's what we like to do. And
it depends too. I think it somewhat depends on. That works for us because we have multiple grade levels. If you're, if maybe you only have a couple of grade levels, maybe it would be better if you find something that you really like to just streamline it and then it's all in one spot.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes sometimes it works for people that way.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't.
And I think too, it really depends. Homeschooling is a little bit more about I think for us, it fits our lifestyle very well. So if one of the kids has to go to the doctor, I work, so I either have to take off or she has to take all the kids. So there can be times during the school year where someone has to just go have a checkup or a wellness check or get sick and has to go to the doctor, and I can't get away from work. Then she has to take everybody all at one time. Well, that, going to the doctor, going anywhere is not a quick thing. It's not a 30-minute there and back trip for us. It's normally a half a day ordeal. So homeschooling kind of gives you a little bit of flexibility where you can flex that into later in the day if you want to, or you can flex that onto a day on the weekend, or however you want to do that. That kind of, I would give you that advice that.
Just be flexible.
Be flexible, be prepared, and understand that it's, you're going to get your hours. It's just you got to stay diligent about it. That's something we've kind of
and don't try to
learned over
turn
the
it
years.
into mimicking a school at your house. I mean, because you could just send them to school and save yourself the trouble. I mean, just do it.
Maybe.
Just do it. Whatever is comfortable for you and what you feel like. I don't know. I feel like I'm not explaining it very well. You'll learn as you go along what works for you.
How are our tapped trees? Sorry, I can't read. Well,
they're not.
Yeah, I mean we are. So that season is from mid-February to probably early March. Once the weather starts getting over about 60 degrees, it's really not great. And then this year it was really windy, and then it got really warm a couple days really early, so we lost a lot of our sap just due to that. Had mold and things like that get into it, and before we could get it done, and then we got busy. So that was something.
It seemed like a really short.
It was a very short sap run this year.
Sapping season.
Yeah. So, and we got good sap for about a week, and then it just got cold and it got really hot, and it just never really came back. So
I wish so that it'd turn into something this year, maybe next year.
there's a bee on our head. Careful. Yeah, we got to watch that. Good luck, Farm Alarm.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see it. Oh, lost a pig to a copperhead snake, huh? Oh, that's not good.
Wow. What trees did we tap? Maples? And did we just do maples?
Yeah, this year we just did soft maples.
Last year we
Silver maples.
did. What was the other one that we did last year?
Last year we did walnuts, and we tried
Sycamore.
sycamore. That wasn't.
Yeah, but we also didn't have. Did we have the land then?
No, last year we didn't.
So we just did what we had on our little 3 acre parcel. But now we've got this other land, so we have more opportunities.
Five children.
Life can be crazy some days. I know, we need sugar maples. Hi, Miss Kay.
Yeah, white birch. We don't have a lot of birch trees around here.
Yeah, I don't think we have any on our property, do we?
No, we do have some hickories.
Yeah.
We have shagbark and we have some of the other kind as well.
Yes, we are gonna can. I like to can a lot, and if our garden ever starts growing and we start getting stuff, yeah, we will. I like to can meat too, stuff that we don't grow. Maybe we'll do some pork somehow. I've never done pork before.
I didn't know you can can pork. Can you can bacon?
You know, people do. I mean, really, they do. It's kind of weird. What state? What state are we in? We're in Missouri. That's what you're asking.
M-I-Z.
You have to, or it seems like you have to be really good at growing potatoes because we've never been able to do it either.
We did last year. We did potato boxes because we really wanted to try that out, and man, we had high hopes for that, and that you read an article on Pinterest or something like that, and you're like, oh, this will work. It'll be easy.
Good pictures. It must be easy.
Yeah, and then we tried it, and it didn't work out.
Yeah. I've never pickled anything. My dad asked me to pickle some eggs. I know those aren't veggies, but
we're gonna try to pickle some actual pickles this year. We're growing cucumbers to try to pickle them for that specific reason.
Flooding, yes, in our garden specifically. We have this river that's down the way, down our road, and it's been pretty high.
Yeah,
not the highest that we've seen it, but it's been pretty high.
We live literally about a half a mile from a pretty large river, but it's a very deep banked river. So here, and we're in hill country here, so it's up and down here where we're at in the state. So it's really not a lot of flooding damage. It's more erosion and things like that we really have to worry about when we get lots of rain. We are solid fencing our pigs in the beginning, and then we will hot fence train them inside their solid fence, and then we'll try them once they get bigger. So I know someone that is a second generation pig farmer. So he has given me some really good advice on how to train pigs, and he's kind of my go-to source on information for that. So he says you have to, until they're 100 pounds, you have to solid fence pigs. Once they're 100 pounds, they kind of get smart. They learn they get smart and lazy, and they learn not to try to go under electric fence and not to go under solid fence as well. So we'll see. I'm not overbuilding the fence, but our solid enclosure. But if I need to, I can. So I'm gonna have somebody take a look at it and tell me if they think it's good enough. So
I've heard that. Well, not heard that, but I've seen a lot of people grow things accidentally out of their compost piles that actually turn out really well. We had something growing in ours last year. I think it was pumpkins. Oh yeah, our blue pumpkins, whatever those are. They grew really well out of our compost pile. I don't think we've ever had a snake in our chicken coop.
No.
No emus. Nope. Those things are crazy.
Who said emus?
Well. What's the best way to keep them out? Get a rooster, I guess. Get snakes out. We've had possums.
Well, yeah, we I think the reason we haven't had snakes is right now our chickens are just they're in the wild, really. I mean, I'm trying to think if we've done a couple videos.
Around here.
Well, we've seen our ducks. Our ducks eat small snakes about that big. They'll just literally, well, let me get that up to where you can see it. I'm showing it to the computer. About that big. I saw our duck on 2 occasions, one of our ducks take down a snake that size whole, just completely ate it. So, and then I think big snakes would more or less probably go after either if you had chicks or if you had eggs. I think so.
Yeah.
So there's a
Chicks
possibility
definitely.
some of our duck eggs have been eaten by big black snakes and we just didn't see it. But it's highly unlikely. We have a lot of eyes on pretty much everything we do out here. So if something happens, we normally know about
And we
it.
keep the chickens fairly close, so.
Yeah, the chickens are normally always within eyesight of our house. So even in the middle of the night, we can get up and put a spotlight on them and see what's going on.
Here, baby, go in there. Here, out.
We just had one wake up. He fell asleep after dinner. And he doesn't have any. He's in his summer attire. I don't know, White House. You could probably give some advice on anybody that wanted to raise emus.
Hey, this is our life stream.
They are super cute, though.
Until they get as tall as you are.
Your brother. Have an ostrich.
No.
Jesse had an aunt and uncle that
I had an aunt and
ostriches.
uncle that raised ostriches and peacocks. And of course their eggs are massive. I guess we would just need one for our family. I mean,
I don't think we got the right fencing for
oh,
emu or ostriches.
what? Oh, thanks. We liked that video too. That was a lot of fun. That egg test video we did was a lot of fun. I don't understand that. Jessica Vaughn. Oh, you're really close to us. Ooh, we should hang out sometime. A snake eat a golf ball? That was not a very smart snake.
Kind of serves him right for trying to eat an egg.
Should we eat both of those already? Oh, here's some.
Hey, where's my cookie?
Uncle Simeon says hi. You want to say hi? Say hi. Uncle Simeon? No. He's too busy eating his cookie to say hi. They're in Kingsville.
Yeah, Kingsville is fairly close to us.
Pretty close.
Snake eating a golf ball. That's got to take the cake right there. That's pretty.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. We've had more, as far as predators, we've had more problems with, we've had one problem with a raccoon and then one problem with a possum. We had a possum kill a chicken one time. And then we've had a possum get in and eat eggs also.
Yeah, and then the raccoon got our turkeys.
Raccoon got our turkeys, our black copper morans, every single one of them. So.
Random guinea fowl?
Yeah, you know, we talked about in one of our videos not too long ago, Will, about getting guineas, and we got a mixed response on that. And
It's like some people either love them or they hate them. Like there's really not a lot of in between. Like, they're cool. No, it's like, don't get them or definitely get them.
they are crazy. My aunt, I had an aunt that had them when growing up, and I saw them multiple times commit mass suicide in front of cars. Just, I mean, run right in front of cars in the middle of the road. So, melons attract raccoons. I would agree, and also does corn. Last year, we live in, you know, there's a lot of row croppers around us. There's probably 700 acres that gets farmed that way, and another 300 that gets farmed that way, and that was mainly in corn last year, and there were raccoons everywhere last summer. So we really just, for that, raccoons are really, I practice Dominion pretty regularly with any kind of predator if I see it. So but raccoons are just hard other than live trapping them, and I don't like to do that. So
Yeah. Raccoons too. I don't know if
I'm not home
I
during
would
the
not
day,
ever
so
eat
that's
raccoons,
just kind of cruel and unusual, I think.
yeah.
So,
I mean, unless I had to. Raccoons too. We do possum buckets, but we don't eat that. Chickens eat that. How do you get a pig to stop eating your tomato plants? That sounds like a joke. Is that a joke? Hey, how do you get a pig to stop eating your tomato plants? I don't know. Oh, pug. That's even stranger. I don't know.
don't let them get to the.
It just sounded like a joke. I don't know. Sorry.
Don't let it get close to the tomato plants.
guess.
Your dog, yeah.
That's strange. I don't know. Put a fence around it?
Fence on it.
A fence on it?
Yeah.
Glad you woke up.
Yeah, that the ROLs, that is a very true statement. Raccoons are going to go wherever the closest free meals are. What?
Oh, the dog can jump.
Oh, she can jump.
Don't let it down. Oh, well done.
Put bacon on your tomatoes.
Pigs like everything. That's good.
Well, not if it's in the garden.
Oh, that's true.
I think that's what she meant.
Hey, Mama. Come on.
Yeah, that was gross, but I like teaching, and that was a cool thing to see, and like the circle of life and whatnot. But that was really a kind of a cool experiment, and it worked, and we'd do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would. It wouldn't. I was gonna say we have so many chickens now. I don't know how. I mean, they'd probably have a hole scratched under it pretty quick.
Yeah. And it didn't take long for them to, I mean, for it to go through, like, for it to be done with and all the maggots to come out. You know?
So this year, not to get too far ahead of myself, but we probably will do a video on this at some point. But this year we have barn swallows that have nested in our barn, and I have noticed, and we have about 30 head of cows or cattle running just due north of us.
They're not ours. They're the
Not
neighbors.
ours, right? They're the neighbors, and then the neighbor across the street has about 15 head. And last year the flies were terrible. I mean, terrible. It's still a little early for flies, but they're starting to come back around. But they were bad. I mean, they were swarming the side of our house. I mean, it was just nasty. Flies. How many flies we had?
Yeah, that was really weird.
Well, so this year I was reading up on barn swallows because I was kind of like, well, are they a nuisance? And I know they're a migratory bird, so I can't really do anything about it. But they eat like, over the summer, they'll eat like millions of flies, hundreds and thousands of flies. So, and then a lot of mosquitoes too. So I'm okay with barn swallows. I think we're gonna invite them back.
How is water collection going this year with all the rain?
not great.
Well, it would be great if someone would hook up the buckets again.
Well, so we had the barn roof is getting to the point where it's deteriorating. So I don't feel comfortable catching rain off of that roof as I did when we first moved in. So if I re-roof the barn, it is probably something we would do. And then I have been meaning to set up water catchment off of our greenhouse. It's not, I mean, it's only like 700 square or 600 square feet or something like that. So it's not huge, but it would catch a little bit of rain. And I just need to do that. I haven't got it done. So we've been buying drinking water. So.
But rainwater is so much better.
It is.
First world problems, yes. I know. 6 new baby chicks. What kind of chicks do you have, Diane? What's a cowbird?
What's that, what?
Cowbird? He has a cowbird with a tumor under its wing. I don't know. I've never even heard of a cowbird.
I'm not seeing it.
Well.
Depends on what I don't know what I would do with that either. I would probably separate it from the flock just in case it was ill, if it was flocked.
Copper Moran, nice.
We
have one.
yeah, we have one that we
Small flock.
we had 2 single hatches over the winter. Two single chicks hatch over the winter, and we were trying to keep them going all through this summer, and so we had them pinned completely different because we're trying to do some different things with our laying flock, and we have some different ideas and are really trying to start breeding kind of our own line, and Morans are something that we really enjoy. We've always wanted to raise, and we've never really had the opportunity to raise. And so we had 2 weeks ago. Did we talk about that in the video?
I think so.
2 weeks ago, we had one of our black copper Moran, our only black copper Moran, just dropped dead. I mean, in the middle of the day. It was so aggravating. When we had
like really in the middle of the day, it was fine in the morning, and then
it got fed.
It was dead.
It died right. I mean, it was down right next to the feeder. When I found it, it was still alive, but it wasn't. It didn't live much more than a few minutes after that. So.
But the other one was fine. Weird.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it didn't appear sick or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
had good coloring.
No, it didn't appear like pneumonia because it had been kind of cool and warm, so it didn't appear like pneumonia or anything like that. Because we've had pneumonia get a couple of our chickens before. We've had heat get one of our chickens before. But yeah, this one kind of a surprise because it appeared healthy and fine just a few minutes before that. So.
All right. We got our first Americana eggs this last week. That's fun.
Tracy's not on here, but he was exactly right. The Americanas have been it took them a long time to come into eggs.
It did. They were like, what, 2 or 3 months longer than we thought it would?
Yeah, I mean, we got them in October of last year, so we expected eggs going into really February, or March.
You want to talk about Pearl?
What about Pearl? What do you want to talk about Pearl?
We had a chicken Pearl that was Jeff's favorite.
She was a Brahma?
A white Brahma.
Yep.
And I forget how she got to be out. Like, she was the only one that we let.
Somehow, she was broody when we clipped wings.
Oh. Okay.
And so she got out. She was a very good tempered chicken, and she didn't really stray too far away.
No, she had her nest under the awning of our barn, and that's where she would lay. And She was just
She
real
stayed out of the
friendly. She would
gardens.
come around when
She
you were
stayed off-
outside.
She stayed off the porches.
Yeah.
So and she
so-
roosted in the barn at night.
Yeah. And she was Jeff's favorite, and Jeff's job was to go get her egg every day.
Yep.
And then one day, Pearl was no longer around.
She didn't go.
So I think he's still not quite over that. But he wanted to talk about her. Do you want to say anything about Pearl? What?
Go ahead. Go
That
ahead.
you liked her?
How do
Who's your
we
favorite?
How do we water all of our animals? We have a well that is hooked up to our house, and then we have a hydrant on our well. And then this year I've been running low pressure hose. I have a fitting right here actually sitting on the kitchen table. Low pressure water hose from just at different spots on the farm. So we have so we can turn that hydrant on and get water. And then we have a couple collection points, or one collection point right now for our meat birds who are on the opposite side of our property. And I've run about, 200 feet of water line over there, and I just run it on top of the it's black, so I run it on top of the
Color? Hi,
ground,
Greenacre Homestead.
and that's kind of how we do it. So, and it's worked out really well.
It's been really nice having that
Yeah.
water line.
We'll see how it does in the winter and how long it holds up over the years. But I'm not a big fan of piping water. A lot of people say, oh, well, pipe a hydrant down by your garden. I'm not a big fan of disturbing. I've talked a little bit about this before. The way I would like to farm, if it was just me personally, capital to me is very, we have a limited amount of capital to invest on our farm. And I would rather it, if we had to pick up and move, for whatever reason, or if we just decided, hey, we need to get closer to the city, or we need to go further out, we could take pretty much everything that we farm with now and start completely back over, and we could take it with us. So that's kind of the way I approach our farm. Nothing's set in concrete, and nothing's really set in stone. So if I have the opportunity to go run meat chickens on my neighbor's field, I can go do that. So.
Hi, Diane. Thanks for coming. Does the Magabucket stink? Just a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like having our chickens in that one spot over the summer, they kind of didn't smell that great anyway, so it wasn't really that bad.
Last summer we were really late to getting. Again, going back to capital. We didn't have the setup for a mobile coop in the summer months until it was almost probably June or July before we got that. It was this time last year that we got that set up. So our chickens were in. It may have been even later than that. So our chickens didn't get onto grass until midsummer. So they were in their winter coop, the coop that we winter them in, until that time, and so they were a little overcrowded too. We had a few hatches, and we had a few chickens. We had increased our flock by about 10 last year. We got 12. Yeah, it was 12 or 15. Maybe we got 15 Isa Browns, which we've been really impressed with those as far as egg production this spring. I'm assuming they'll go into a molt sometime this year, but man, they have been production. We've been covered up in eggs. Yes.
And they're pretty.
And they're not bad to deal with. They're good temperament. Yeah. So definitely, if you can do Isa Browns, I would say, and you're looking for production birds, those have been really good for us. So. I saw somebody said that they had, it was Diane. barred rock. Growing up, I raised barred rock.
I think those are probably my favorite.
Those were good chickens. We had
They're so
really
friendly
good luck with those.
and beautiful. And ours have pretty big eggs, so that's nice too. What chickens are your favorite?
I see some people are dropping off. You know, if this, we try to do these to where we hit, because we are, you know, we do have people that watch all over. We try to do these at a time that kind of hits at least the North America in a spot where it's not too late, and it's not too early. So, you know, we may play with the time a little bit, and we're doing them on Saturdays because we know several other people that do lives on different days of the week, and we really don't want to go up against any of our friends who do lives on different days of the week. So that's, you know,
I think that's
because I think it's really a fun way to interact with everybody. So we're going to try to do one of these a month, and
yeah.
just kind of we'll try to get it narrowed down to what time of the month we're going to do it, like the second Saturday or something like that.
Yeah, we
here
do.
soon.
Yeah. I don't know that the theme idea is working out.
No, we're just hanging out.
We don't have to just talk about
Yeah.
that stuff. Leghorns. I've never done leghorns. Are those the big ones? The really big ones? Hi, Amanda.
Leghorns are like, they're white or something like that.
Yeah, I know they're white.
What about me, Amanda?
You don't chit chat with her as much as I know you were. We appreciate that, Pete's Little Homestead.
Yeah, we do. We appreciate all of the feedback and the interaction we had with you. Before we close out tonight, though, I do want to recommend and give a shout out to a channel who really blessed us this week.
Oh, actually, let's go ahead.
And Jesse wasn't feeling good earlier in the week, and we had made some plans with another local YouTube channel. And because she wasn't feeling really great, we had moved that. We had to rearrange that. Well, they actually came and gave us a meal and sat down and had a visit with us the day after we were supposed to go see them this week. So
They brought us plants for
Yes.
our garden too.
the Neal's Homestead is who, and brought us plants. Yes, the Neal's Homestead is who Jeanette and Dugan came and saw us, or the old guy is what he's called on the videos. But just great people. They're really fun to hang out with, and they really blessed us this week, and we really appreciate that. So if you guys are looking, they've been doing a market garden for the last 10 years, and they've recently retired from that, and now they just garden for themselves. So you definitely will want to go if you're into gardening. They have a lot of knowledge and a lot of stuff, and they have a lot of other stuff on their channel as well. That's really cool and very informative. So go check out their channel if you are so inclined. So, and we really do appreciate them blessing us. So
Yeah, it was really neat to get to meet them. I mean, we've met them briefly
At a-
last year at the state fair. We met
at
them.
the
But I don't
meetup.
think I got to talk to them as much as you did.
We can use OBS software even on mobile. Really?
She's our cabin in the woods. I don't understand any of that. What you just said.
Well, we tried to do we've tried OBS on our computer, and it just would not work for our computer. I don't know why. I couldn't get it to work. And the quality of our camera on the computer is just really poor. So I have an iPhone 10, and it just seems it does a much better job, I think. I don't know how I didn't really go back and watch our other live stream to see how the audio was, but it seems like you guys can hear us all right.
And our cabin in the woods, you should do one anyway. I mean, I really enjoy your videos. I think you have a lot to offer as far as like advice and stuff like that. So, and just talking about what you're doing, I think it's really cool. So, you should just do it.
I think the channel name for the Neils is the Neils.
Neil's family.
It's the Neils Homestead or the Neils Family
Check it out.
Homestead. I'll look it up real quick. Maybe. Her phone is.
You're an emo.
I know.
You think I'm bad with technology?
No, your
Your
phone is.
ostrich, Dad.
He's an ostrich. You're an ostrich. I owe you.
Thanks. My phone just. All I have to hit is.
I know. Amanda, yeah, we're gonna try to do one every month or so. We really liked the first one that we did, and so yeah, I think we just talked about we'll probably do one every month. The Neil's Homestead, that's right.
Yep.
We were close. Thank you, Greenacre. Yeah, you guys should go check them out for sure. They do market gardening. Did you talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other channels that you would recommend to people? Or any ones that we should check out? I don't actually watch a whole lot of YouTube just because I'm a little bit busy.
And you
But
have your own YouTube channel.
I know. What more do I need, right? No, but it would be cool if we could check some out.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any recommendations, you should shout them out here.
Found us through Roots and
Roots and
Refuge.
Refuge.
They were fun. Papa Pepper. I've watched a lot of his stuff.
Ah, Roxanne.
Hey, Roxanne.
You need a break.
7 days a week. Whew.
Cog Hill Farm. I think I saw the dancing. There was a video where he started the dancing. Roots and Refuge is really, really awesome. They're just so like down to earth, but they have a lot of stuff to teach people. Content creators.
Sure. We'll definitely check that out.
The Old Alabama Guard. I've never heard of them. Not surprising. I just said I don't watch a lot of YouTube.
And that's one of the things like we have definitely come to realize this year, like gardening is not our strength. Like that is,
No.
it's not, and
We try hard.
we do. It's not like we don't go out and really actually try, but we're kind of in the last probably month, we've kind of been moving more and more like towards. We might actually go and try. I think we're going to go back to raised beds or start transitioning from our row gardening to raised beds.
Yeah.
Just because that's what we have had the most success with, I guess, in the past. When we gardened in the city, that's what we did, was raised beds, and we had relatively decent success with those.
I think it's just a lot more dependable
Yeah.
when you do raised beds.
Little soil amendments easier. I mean, it's just, it just seems to be a better option for how we kind of like
Drainage
to,
is easier.
yeah, drainage,
Happy
watering.
Colorado.
Cool. So you've switched back to.
I mean, it's been a good learning experience to have the row gardenings, but I don't know. I just like this better. Raised beds better.
Yeah.
Plus, it looks so nice when they're all, you know.
Yeah.
It looks good. Rain country. I will. Thank you, Cammie. The ground covers? No. I've never done that. You mean like the little, like those white, like hoop house kind of looking things?
No, she's talking about landscaping fabric.
Oh, yeah, we do have some. Well, we do have some right now over where we're gonna put our sweet potatoes. We've done newspaper and mulch or straw last year, and that works really well. I thought at keeping down the weeds. Thank you, Cammie. I do want to get into that again. I just haven't yet.
Yeah, I think a lot of our on the ground covering and everything like that, that's just a little more prep work from that standpoint. And again, it's you got to take it up, put it down, amend the soil, and it's I'm not a big. You kind of heard me before. I'm not a big fan of putting any kind of. I don't like really using a whole lot of petroleum products either, and most of that's made out of petroleum. So.
And but also, yeah, I mean, segue into also, I think that when we use that, like, it makes our really clay soil like really dense.
Spongy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I use the newspaper and straw and stuff, it really kind of, I don't know, it does something different to the soil, and you can compost it into the soil.
Thanks, White House. All right, so we got about 7 minutes left in an hour.
Gosh, that went by fast.
Oh, here's a good question. Any good natural ways to repel mosquitoes?
I mean, there's plants like lemon balm and citronella you can grow. I think rosemary works too. If that's what you mean, like putting plants around, you could do that. Also, if you're talking more about like on
Skincare.
your person, then
Finding-
set your lawn on fire. The smoke drives them away. Yeah, that would be good.
That's one of the things. I was working out there today, out at the pig pen, which is probably 200-300 yards away from the house, and it's right next to the pond. And I was at about 5 o'clock. I was getting carried away by mosquitoes, so I about started a fire at that. Just a little fire to get smoke going over to get them knocked out of the sky, because that's one thing I've always done is had a fire going. But it's so hot in the summertime to have a fire, and it's just dry enough where I was working at that I was worried about leaves and stuff catching on fire, so I didn't do it.
As far as spiders, I found for us spiders and mice don't like mint, so I put like mint oil on like cotton balls or something and just put them in drawers. And the smell, I mean, it's not too strong, I don't think. You can do that, or maybe some mint leaves in your drawers would be good too. I found that it works.
Yeah,
At least temporarily.
I've always heard that
you have to replenish it.
you can take leeks or green onions or wild onions and rub them on your clothing. I don't know if I'd go on your skin.
Yes, to peppermint oil. That's what I meant. Sorry.
And that will supposedly repel mosquitoes, but I don't know that
What
that's
onions?
leeks or wild onions. Yeah. So,
yeah.
and I don't know if you could probably make some sort of a spray out of that. It'd be stinky. I mean, wild onions smell. So I think they
peppermint
smell
smells
good,
better.
but I don't know if you'd want to walk around smelling like a wild onion all day.
That's true. But in a pinch, I guess it would be. Or if you're outside.
Mom, look.
Yeah. Look at what? Yourself?
No.
What? Oh, the smiley faces?
Yeah.
There's one. Bear fat. That is a little hard to come by in these parts.
Hey, if it was available, I might use it. Might be able to put some in my hair too.
They said you're being really good up here. They said good job sitting here and being so good. He is a good little boy.
It helps he just woke up from a nap too.
Thank you. Thanks for watching
Yeah,
our
thank you.
cabin.
Yeah.
And everybody.
Go check out Our Cabin in the Woods, guys, if you haven't checked him out. He's
How many acres do you guys have over there?
in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. This guy has a birthday this month.
Yeah, June is a busy month for us.
We have our anniversary. And
Anniversary.
2 of our kids have birthdays.
One of them on our anniversary.
Anniversary. 10 acres. So Jeff's gonna be 4 on his birthday. Aren't
You'd
you?
be 4?
Because he's 3.5 now. Right?
Yeah, sorry you missed it too, Amanda.
Oh, stab it.
Makes it easier to remember. Yeah, I do have a story. I used to play golf a lot when I was younger, before we had a lot of kids. And so I played somebody's birthday is on 9/11. Hers.
Me.
And so I played a memorial tournament, a golf tournament. This would have been back in probably 2010. Was it 2010 maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
It was a long time ago. We didn't have very many kids. And so I had played the tournament and we were getting ready to go play. I'd already paid to play another 9 holes.
It wasn't like an all day thing.
It was all day thing. It was like 4 in the afternoon. I was going to be gone all day. And so I'm getting ready and somebody goes, yeah, man, I can't believe 9/11 was so many years ago or something like that. We were just talking about, and then all of a sudden it hit me. I'm like, you know, the day I knew it was 9/11 and I knew that, but then it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, my wife was born on September 11th, so I had to
Yeah.
think fast, and I think I took you out to dinner or something like that.
Yeah.
So I haven't forgotten ever past that, our anniversary or a birthday. But we're not big birthday people either.
No.
We don't make big deal. I mean,
We don't
for
really
the
do
kids
a
we
lot
do,
for our
but
anniversary either.
so
Thank you, Roxanne. Yeah, we don't. I mean, yeah, we don't do a whole lot.
no, we don't. We probably should.
You're welcome.
All right, guys. Well, last minute. We're gonna get off here, and you guys have a good night. Thanks for coming along.
Oh, how's Georgia? She's just as wonderful as ever. She's so good.
She is a good baby.
She's the best little baby.
Shout out to Miss Farm Alarm and White House for modding for us tonight, even though we didn't ask a couple of those people not to, but we appreciate it.
Yep.
We will see you guys.
Okay, bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.